welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sir Jason's Math Corner. So in this video, we are going to talk about solving quadratic equation, solving for the roots of a quadratic equation using this famous method, the factoring method. So say for example, if we can have x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. So this is an example of a quadratic equation because it has a degree of 2 and of course it is in the form of equation. So how are we going to solve for the roots of this particular quadratic equation using the factoring method? So let's just remember the concept of product and sum. So what are these product and sum? So we think or we always bear in our mind that this number, the negative 4, is our product. While this middle term or the linear term, this is the constant term, then this is the linear term, the numerical coefficient of the linear term is the sum. Okay. Sir, how are we going to use this sum and product concept upon solving for the roots of a quadratic equation using this factoring method? So let's first construct a factored form or format or a template of a factored form of a quadratic equation. So let's always put in our mind that the product or the factored form of a quadratic equation or a quadratic expression is always in a form of product of two binomials. If it is a trinomial, but if it is a binomial or in other format, so it has another form of factored form. So let's equate it to 0. Okay, so lucky we are because we have here a first term of x squared. And since it is x squared, therefore we can conclude that our first term of each of the factor is x and x because that makes x times x is equal to x squared. Sir, how are we going to get for the second term of each of the factors? So let's just use the concept of the product and the sum. So take note that the product must be -4 and the sum must be -3. Okay, so let's use that. So let's give an example of pair of numbers that has a product of -4. So let's try -4 and 1. This is equal to -4. So that's lucky we are because -4 plus 1 is equal to -3. So therefore, we can use -4 and 1. So that's -4 plus 1. So that is our factored form of x squared minus 3x minus 4. So sir, what is the next step in solving for the roots of the given quadratic equation prior to that solution? So each of the factors must be equated to 0. So let's equate each factor to 0. That's x minus 4 is equal to 0 and x plus 1 is equal to 0. So that makes, let's simplify. Para gawing x na lang yung left side, so let's add positive 4 to make this x plus 0, that's x. So plus 4, then plus 4 here. Kung anong ginawa mo sa left side, yun din ang gagawin mo sa right side. So that's x is equal to positive 4. Same with this. So let's add -1. So that makes x plus 1 minus 1, that's x is equal to -1. So these are the roots of the given quadratic equation x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the x sub 1 and this is the x sub 2 or vice versa. You can have this as x sub 2 and x sub 1. So that's all for the factoring method. And I hope that you have fully understood this topic. And if you have any inquiries or questions, you feel free to ask it in the comment section. And thank you for watching this video. And I hope to see you on my next video.